Well, while you're down in Rice Park checking out all the ice carvers and all the action, you might want to warm up and head inside and have a fabulous grab, a bite to eat at Herbie's on the Park. Joe Ruland is the executive chef and also the general manager. And what a great idea. Just look out the windows and look at all the great ice sculptures.
Yep, definitely. And it's a nice place to, get warm if you're checking those out.
Yeah,
too,
location.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to make a salmon recipe today. And so I always get a little nervous making salmon. I always kind of mess it up. So tell me what the key is.
Well, the key is not to mess it up, first of all. Key is actually getting your pan nice and hot first, or your grill, if you're going to grill outside. Thank God we're not out there today.
Nope.
And then I always like to just oil the fish itself instead of the pan. So
what kind of oil did you use?
I just use, it's a blend of olive oil and canola.
Okay, all right.
That's kind of what we use for everything at the restaurant. So.
A little salt and pepper?
Yeah,
that's what you want to hear is that sear?
Yep, just a little bit.
Okay.
And the key is to not try to touch it or shake it around, or I don't know. You see a lot of times in TV shows that people are doing this, just leave it.
It needs to get that coating before you flip it over, right?
Correct.
All right, well, while it's cooking, let's talk about this, and then we'll talk about what's underneath the salmon. So tell us the other things that you brought today.
Yeah, so up front we have our grilled pork chop.
That's beautiful.
That comes a full entree, but I wanted to, show the nice piece of pork on there. And then our burger, it's a new burger we came out with a couple weeks ago. It's called the St. Paul Special. Because we make the barbecue sauce with Summit Stout, so it's nice and dark and rich.
Grand.
And then got some brine peppers on the bottom.
What's this one?
That's our fried cauliflower.
Oh.
Kind of a nice replacement for wings if you're looking for something fried.
Yeah.
And then we got our crispy Brussels sprouts with bacon and blue cheese.
Oh, beautiful.
Which is really popular.
Okay, and then this salmon's going to go with this beautiful white bean dish, and I was reading about this. So this is something you put together and put in the oven for 45 minutes, the white beans, right?
Yep. So you combine all the ingredients. I have the recipes online. So it's really simple. You just basically put everything in a pot. You can use a Dutch oven, a saute pan, whatever you have, and just bake it for 45 minutes. And it gets, nice and braised, so it's really soft, but it's a nice replacement for all the heavy food we've been eating through the holidays and through the winter.
And healthy.
Where it's still kind of substantial, but it's not too heavy.
And then you roasted off some asparagus and some cherry tomatoes.
Yeah.
Are we ready to flip?
Not quite.
Okay,
I think,
not right.
I think you can kind of scrape it, I think, to get it going.
Tell me what your thought is real quick on when you're buying salmon. Does it need to be wild caught? Is that is that what you really try to?
It's nice. Wild caught is extremely expensive sometimes, and you got to get it right in the season. Otherwise, I think the product that you can get if you look for something that's a little more sustainably raised.
Yep.
We get ours from a fishery in Norway. So
fabulous.
It's actually everything we serve is sustainably raised.
We want to show people Herbie's. If you haven't had a chance to get in yet, it's such a beautiful location. It's been there, you said, about 7 years, right on Rice Park there.
Yeah.
And so what a neat spot. Great bar, really cozy.
Nice big
Make
fireplace.
reservations, obviously, during the Winter Carnival and other times because it's busy, huh?
Oh, yeah. For
busy
sure.
place.
Yep.
Oh, that's beautiful. All right. So once you flip that over, then we're going to serve it with an herbed butter, I noticed. You gave us a recipe for that, too.
So,
look at that.
Nice
Good
skin
job.
on, so...
Good job.
Herb butter, everything is on the website for all the ingredients. Very simple. You can find them all at the grocery store. We don't serve anything that you can't buy yourself.
And try. I'd rather have you make it for me, though, I have to say.
I would rather make it for you, too.
Good. All right. Let's let everyone know where Herbie's is located. Again, on Washington Street, right on Rice Park. And we have a link to today's recipe on KARE11.com. Go ahead and text the word recipes to 763-797-7215, and you can get all the recipes for the show.